Today we're talking about success. And the thing is, you're going to hear a lot of people online talking about their wins, showing off their lifestyle, their achievements. But that's not what success actually is. My partner said something recently that really stuck with me. Someone in our community mentioned a well-known entrepreneur and said, "If it's good enough for them, then it's good enough for me." And I said, you know what? I hold myself to a higher standard than most. I don't measure my success by looking at what's good enough for someone else. Because, no, my partner said it perfectly. Don't measure yourself with someone else's measuring stick. And that's the truth. How you measure success looks completely different than how I measure it. I've asked people in my community, what's your number? What's your financial goal? And I get answers ranging from, I just want to make an extra $500 a month, to, I want to make $10,000 a month. My number, 1 million a month. And to be honest, eventually it'll be 10 million a month. I think big, but that's not what makes me successful. And that's what I want to talk about today. The 3 keys to success. When it comes to business specifically, I want to share what's worked for me. Of course, I've had my failures, but for the most part, when I start a business, I see success. And it's always been because of these 3 things. So let me break it down. The first key to success in business is commitment. You need to commit, and I'm going to show you how to train yourself to do that. I didn't even realize I was doing it myself until recently. The second thing is you need goals. And an extension of that, which is something I needed to get better at, but now I'm really good at, is you need to write down your goals. I know, cliche, right? But cliche is cliche for a reason. Don't discount it. I was listening to Bob Proctor, and he said there's a reason why people tell you to write your goals down. It's because they're right. If everyone tells you to do it, there has to be something to it. But it's more than just writing your goals down. The third key is the most important key of all. Once you unlock yourself and give yourself a commitment to excellence, you need to take action. This is the most important key, and it comes in this order. First, you have to commit to yourself. I'm amping you up here. A lot of people aren't going to like this video. A lot of people want to know how they can click buttons to make $1,000 on the internet. But this is where it starts. I don't like giving incomplete courses. I could just throw this into a course and call it a day. And actually, I will. From now on, this is going to be the #1 thing in any of my courses. Because if you don't do this, my courses mean nothing. Everyone's courses are meaningless if you don't do this. The next thing is you have to take action. Daily. That's important. So you have to make a commitment to yourself that this is what you're going to do every day. Day in and day out. It's a huge commitment. A couple months ago, I started journaling. I've never written in a journal before in my life. I actually took a course on how to journal effectively, and now I'm writing consistently. But before I did that, I got really quiet, because that's a huge commitment. To tell yourself that you're going to do something every day for the rest of your life, that's how I think. If I'm going to start something, I'm going to be there. I'm going to do it, and I'm not going to stop, ever. It's like these YouTube videos. I will never stop. I don't care if you like them or don't like them. They'll be here when you want them. Because I love doing it. I like helping people. But journaling, that's intense. You have to be honest about your feelings. You have to look at the page and say things like, I don't like how I look right now, or I feel sad today because of this. You have to write those feelings out and then actually look at yourself. Because you can't lie to yourself. You look at yourself and take stock. And then you see things you don't like. That's where your goals come in. You look at yourself, you commit to yourself, and then you write those goals down. I want to be financially stable, but that's not enough. We'll get back to that. Once you write your goals down, you have to take action on those goals, and that's the most important part. I have a friend who never takes action on her goals, and she and I have some of the same aspirations, but she's not making progress, because you've got to take action. A lot of you already know how to write your goals. You're perfect. I get it. Congratulations. But for those who want to understand how this actually works, let me break it down. Breaking your goals down into daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, that's powerful. Bob Proctor explained it like this. Small successes every day will get you to a larger goal. He has an example about 2 salespeople, salesperson A and salesperson B. The goal is to make 144 sales by the end of the year. Automatically you think, okay, I need 12 sales a month. By the end of the year, I'll have my sales. Salesperson B says, hey, I can get 144 sales, no problem. But salesperson B doesn't write it down. They don't need to. It's easy. Salesperson A says, I want to write this out. I know I need 12 sales a month. So in January, salesperson A hit their mark. In February, they hit their mark again. Salesperson B hits their mark in January, but the goal is so big that they're thinking, I still have 132 more to go. That's a big number. But salesperson A, their number stays manageable. I only need 12 every month. It's incredible when you think about that. But here's the thing. I'm making this really simple. If you say to yourself, I want to make $30 a month, you need to break that down. There are 30 days in a month, so you need to make $1 a day. Now, there are a bunch of ways you can make $1 a day. But I can tell you right now, for example, there are people that will pay you by the word to write for them. Let's just pretend for a moment if you write 1,000 words, you make $10. So you need to make $1 a day. That means you can go to a client and say, I'll write 1,000 words, which is basically a short article, and you'll make $10. But you're only supposed to make $1. So that means every 10 days, you need to write an article. That's it. So now you write that goal down. Every 10 days, I need to write an article. Now, how do you break that goal down even more? You need to write a 1,000-word article every 10 days to make $30. Here's what's really awesome. You break it all the way down to micro commitments. You want to have something to do every day. So 1,000 divided by 10 is 100 words. That means every day you're going to write 100 words toward your article. Even if they're just little paragraphs and you have them lined up, you're going to write 100 words a day to get to your 1,000 words every 10 days. That's what you need to do every day to make $30 a month. That's powerful when you think about it. You need to make $30 a month. You need to write 100 words per day. Now, if you want $300 a month, just add a zero. If you want $3,000, add another zero. You can't say it's unrealistic. Just do it. Sit down and write the words out. I like how this breaks down. I need to write 100 words today. 100 words per day sounds way better than 1,000 words all at once. 1,000 words feels overwhelming, but 100 words today, you can outline your work in an I and then rewrite it in a human tone, and that's your goal. You wrote out a monthly goal. You broke it down to a weekly goal, down to what you're going to do daily. Now the key is to do this in every part of your life, your health, your wealth, and your relationships. Now you know I'm working hard in all areas, writing emails, doing campaigns, creating content, recording videos, writing scripts, prompts. I'm an artist, so I am constantly creating. In health, I work in my garden every morning. All of these things add up. So write out your goals, journal, and write every day. Start with small incremental successes every day. That is what's going to get you where you need to go. Now, I'm not going to tell you to do all these affirmations. I'm smart. I'm strong, I'm the best creator ever. I'm not going to tell you to do that. That's just not me. But there's this concept called the Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. And what that is are just micro commitments. You kind of trick yourself into starting good habits. What he tells you to do is get up every morning, and even if it's just 1 minute a day, 1 minute, meditate, read, write in your journal, whatever. Just commit to yourself. These are small micro commitments that you do every day, and all that does is build up your success. The more success you have, the more confidence you have to keep doing other things, because you know you'll finish them. So it all starts with writing down your goals, daily, weekly, monthly. Denzel Washington says he writes down at least 3 or 4 goals a day. We already know he's successful at what he does. So that's it. 3 keys to success. 1, commitment. 2, goals, written down. 3, action, daily. Start small, build daily, and watch what happens. Remember, dream big. Everything is possible. Okay.